Hello and welcome to another Bushwhacker review. Today we have a little bit of a different video in store. Today we're going to talk about packaging for the Cars diecast. Now, to some people this is like, oh, whoop-de-doo, packaging, who the hell cares? Some people just, whatever it is, just get the packaging, they just go whoop-de-doo, let's just rip it open, get the car out, yaddy-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da, toss it away, no one cares. But packaging is actually a very important thing. Packaging really helps sell the product to some people, and just like, if you keep things sealed, it is very cool to have different types of packaging to look at. So, Cars has gone through a ton of types of packaging from the beginning to their end, to currently Cars 3 stuff and everything, so I thought it'd be cool to take a look at some of these, since I do have some Cars stuff sealed over the years. Most of these are sealed for a reason, so see if you can spot it. Some of them are more obvious than others. Hopefully right in front of you can immediately tell something's wrong with something, but why don't we just start with the original Cars packaging back around 2005. Had the Cars logo, Disney presents a Pixar film, ages 3 and up, had the kind of like Radiator Springs dirt road, gravel road with the sand in the background. Had a little bit of a, name card. They've used this basically type of name card throughout everything, I believe, even up to Cars, well, until Cars 3. But. And on the back, you see you had the different vehicles available in the first wave, or case. And then you actually had a bio, which is nice. See, Sarge is a 1942 World War II Willys Army Jeep. He's usually up with the sun, and performs all his daily tasks with military precision. Luckily, he lives next to Fillmore, a laid-back 1960 VW bus who challenges his way of thinking. Cars is a journey of speed, of discovering new places and new friends. And in the end, it's not always about where you end up, it's about how you got there. So just a nice way to, introduce certain characters to us, the movie and all that stuff. Very, very nice. This packaging is cool. I mean, it's always nice to look at the original and where we started. The reason I have this one sealed is it may have lead paint. I don't know. If you remember, if you weren't around back then, but Sarge, the original Sarges, there were some issues with the lead paint. They got recalled. So after that, I kind of, said maybe I should keep one sealed in case it does get really rare. So this could have lead paint, I have no idea, it might not, who knows. But here's another example of that. You see they have the different packaging, and on the back, a different bio. You just don't mess with Sheriff. Lightning McQueen immediately gets on the wrong side of the law by tearing up Radiator Springs. And got the same stuff. He said, if you can't tell why I have this one sealed, I think you're in the wrong hobby, or you haven't been paying attention to Cars for the few years. But nevertheless, after that, we moved on to something a little bit different. We moved on to the supercharged packaging. And man, did I love this packaging. I'm pretty sure this is my favorite packaging for Cars. I just remember this line when it came out, just like, this was like the first kind of fresh stuff. You had the original Cars line, and then this is the first time they changed it, gave us new stuff, all that good stuff. I just really remember going to the store, finding these for the first time. It's just fantastic. Has like a neon background, says supercharged. Got the whole like, cruising neon scene. See, there's even Flo sticking back there. Has the same kind of name card, but is in blue and red this time. And on the back just has all the different cars you could get. Like I said, if I'm not mistaken, this was the first time they gave us new things. Things like, the Cruising Lightning McQueen, the Dirt Track Lightning McQueen, the brand new Mater, some of the Piston Cup Racers, different Ramones, all that good stuff. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure some people have different opinions on different types of packaging, but man, do I just love this packaging. It brings me back whenever I look at these sealed cars. I had to get this one sealed just to have, have just this Cruising Lightning McQueen, because I love the Cruising Lightning McQueen look. Here's another example, You can see more of, like, it is the full cruising scene. There's Ramon and Flo. You got Red back there. All that good stuff. This is, of course, the Yeti from Monsters, Inc. And you got the same packaging and all that. And around the same time, they actually gave us a Walmart exclusive line that had its own packaging here. It's kind of in the same sort of type of, supercharged packaging, but you see it is, like, on a TV screen in the kind of, like, racetrack. The Speedway of the South, and has whatever, scene the character is from on the TV screen. Here you have the Lightyear blimp or the Goodyear blimp. And you have all the ones in the segment you see down here. Look for 8 cool and collectible characters from the hit Disney-Pixar movie Cars, now available first at Walmart. These were a Walmart exclusive line. I mean, I'm pretty sure all these are available in, regular packaging and regular lines by now, but at the time, this was cool, just going to Walmart and, finding these new characters and these exclusive cars for the first time. It was awesome. Now, there was also a slight variation in some of these, which continued on to some of the other lines, and that was some of these had little, like, Route 66 signs that said new on them. I guess they really just needed to be like, ooh, look, this is new stuff, don't worry, it's not your same stuff. Because that's the only thing. Both these and the ones back there had the new packaging at times, but, you know, this is the exact same packaging, same Walmart line, all that. I think I do have the entire set of these exclusive ones sealed, but very, very nice. Another nice Ramon. And then after that, they went to the Race World of Cars segment. You see, it was sort of back to a, like, Radiator Springs background. You see you have, like, the carburetor thing, Ramon's body shop, you got the road painted up all nice. And on the back, you had basically very similar design to the Supercharged back of the packaging, as you can see. Just all the cars listed there. But for the first time, they actually did start numbering them. You see, this is number 23. So, that's a nice touch. I think this car's a little rare now, if I'm not mistaken, because this one they couldn't really keep producing as they like to with a lot of these. But very, very nice packaging. Here's a couple other examples of that. You got the Dynaco helicopter right here. Same stuff, just a nice picture of the character against the Radiator Springs background, stuff on the back. This one's number 27. The King's helicopter, which, you know, definitely is not in scale, because I think this was before they were really trying to get everything in scale. And, of course, I have Mario Andretti. Which some people can complain that Mario Andretti is, you know, a NASCAR, not a, you know, IndyCar or something, but, it was a NASCAR-based movie, so you might as well give him his NASCAR look. But, you know, same packaging, all that. And in this World of Cars segment, there was also some different variations and some different types. These are a couple exclusives to Kmart. Or at least they were at one point. You had to go to a Kmart, sort of like a Hot Wheels collector's event, and they had cases of cars that had some exclusive cars. You see these ones were the NASCAR, so they had the, you know, Speedway of the South background back there. Or is this Los Angeles? I'm not sure. But World of Cars, you got another picture of the car you're buying. Once again, sort of the same type of name card, just with a little checkered flag pattern around it. And they had basically the exact same background as the other ones had, but, you know, these ones really didn't say outright that they were exclusive. You see, that's why these aren't even, like, even the tag isn't, or, like, the hanging peg is not pulled out, because these were fresh from a case. Just a couple Piston Cup racers. I believe there was a bunch of them, and they had some exclusive chase pieces or something in those as well. And then they went to the Race-O-Rama segment in the World of Cars. So you had kind of like the race infield, got the big Race-O-Rama logo, Dynaco tent. Had a different, like, movie ticket type name card. They were still numbered at this point. And on the back, it only advertised one other one. You see, Meet Mario Andretti. Collect by color. There was, like, you know, different segments and stuff. All that good stuff. They definitely started to try a little more to, you know, vary eyes. I don't think that's a word. Just give us a better variety of things. You know, this is the Spin Out Lightning McQueen, one of the more funny Lightning McQueens they've ever produced. And of course you have the Damaged the King right here. This one I believe is getting rare. You know, after his wreck, it's all bent up and all that stuff. Wonder if we'll get one for Cars 3 Lightning McQueen, since we see him wrecking hard in the trailer. Once again, you know, have a different car on the back. And you can see that, like, you could even race these things online somehow, when you see it expired in 2009 at the end of December. Now, these actually did transfer over to the other types, I should probably point out. Like, you know, of course you have the deluxe size, or mega size back then they just said. But still had the same type of packaging that all these had. I wonder if I never picked up him. But yeah, you see they did actually make the Lightyear blimp in a deluxe size. I should find a way to get that. But the packaging designs did transfer over to the different types of packaging. Then we got to Cars 2. And you see Cars 2 featured the packaging of kind of like a European type track. Got the water, got the like ocean, got the different buildings and stuff. Cars 2 had a name rail across the, not name rail, a like name card across the entire bottom of the packaging, and they were still numbered back then. And on the back you had a few cars available in the wave. This is a chase piece, kind of like a treasure hunt of sorts, but I don't think these are anywhere as rare as treasure hunts. That's the only reason I have this sealed, but here you have some variations of that Cars 2 packaging. These were Kmart exclusives. They had rubber tires, as you can see, and were only available at Kmart. I like when they blatantly say it's an exclusive. Some people are like, oh, I don't want stickers on my packaging, but it's like, I want to be able to say, look, here's an exclusive. It's awesome, isn't it? But whatever. They had some of the other cars in the line available on the back. But it's definitely nice to get some rubber tire cars. They did this with the original line too. Like I think you could have gotten a car, like Lightning McQueen, a King, everything. Here's, you know, again, an example of how it went to the deluxe size packaging. And all that good stuff. After that, pretty much in between this, Cars 2 and Cars 3, they started just going to these different segments with different packaging. You see, like, here's the drive-in segment. Had a picture of the Radiator Springs Drive-In Theater, picture of the character. They stopped numbering them at this point on the car, but did number them in the bottom right corner, seeing 1 of 5 in this segment. And had some other cars from the segment and, you know, what the segment's about. Like here, these are basically at the same time. Here's the Pizza Planet truck. Those from the Racing Sports Network. And, you know, had a completely different packaging. Had the Motor Speedway packaging. This is number 8 of 8. Had some of the cars on the back. Once again, told you what it was about and everything. So, this is basically what you saw for the last couple years in between Cars 2 and 3. Was just these different segments all throughout the stores. I did kind of like this because, you know, it gave a variety of different types of things on the pegs. So I think that's great. And then, of course, now we've gotten to Cars 3. Now, the Cars 3 packaging is very simplified, as you can see. Just, you know, red with some black, has the big Cars logo. No longer numbered or anything, which I'm not sure if I like, because it'd be easier to tell exactly what I'm missing, especially with all these Piston Cup racers. Has 6 of the cars from the case on the back you can collect, and has another bio. Blindsided by a new generation of Piston Cup racers, Lightning McQueen finds himself suddenly pushed out of the sport he loves. To get back on top, he will need the help of a young race technician, inspiration from the late fabulous Hudson Hornet, and guidance from a few old friends along the way. Some people like the simplified packaging. It's not bad. It looks pretty nice. Like I said, I think my favorite is still the supercharged packaging, just because I really just deeply remember that and it looks awesome, but I'm not sure I like so simplified that they don't even have like pictures or anything on like of the character, because it's hard to find things. You have to literally like sift through the pegs fully to even like look for what you're looking for. So, not really a fan of that, but the simplified packaging does look good. There's also some other ways to get cars that aren't even Mattel, and here's one of those examples. This is from Disney World. They actually have like their own line of cars. You see, they very much try to copy the packaging design of Mattel, but they aren't Mattel. These are like officially Disney produced products. This is one of their, you know, more popular lines where they have Cars characters as Star Wars characters. Like here you have Chick Hicks as Boba Fett. Now I'm not going to collect all these random Disneyland exclusives or Disney World exclusives, but this is just, I had to get one of these just to have because it's kind of cool, but I thought it'd be worth pointing out. This is obviously isn't every single type of packaging available or like ever happened in life. I shouldn't have to say that, but I'm sure somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, you forgot the stupid road repair segment packaging," and it's like, yeah, this isn't supposed to be everything. This is just a little bit of an example of some different cars throughout the years. But like I said, I have to definitely say that Supercharged is my favorite packaging. Just, I deeply remember picking these up back in the day and just this line on the pegs, and I would almost want to have a full sealed set of all the Supercharged cars just because I remember them so well. But, you know, like I said, let me know if you can spot some of the reasons why I have some of these sealed, because there was definitely some obvious reasons, but I thought it'd be fun to talk about packaging or just a little bit of a different video, because, you know, some people do care about this stuff, especially if you keep stuff sealed. But I think that's pretty much all I have to say. Hope you enjoyed. This has been a look at some of the different cars packaging over the years. Thanks for watching.